Guys and girls, another episode on the T5 Transporter build series. Everything's clean, painted, shiny. We need to put it back together without scratching it. Let's get straight into it. Are you? First of all, some of you may have seen the live video last Friday, and to say the least, we was up against it. Bad internet connection, kids running round, dropping panels, but we're over all that now. We need to put it back together. And if you did see the live video, you'll be thinking, we've already seen the front end be put back together. Yes, but I only partly assembled it with a screw here, a cable tie there. I still need to put a few more bits on. We have also done the rest of the paintwork, sliding door, all the back bumper, all the last of the bits are ready to go on, and we're going to do it today. I do need to put the crash bar on. When we fitted it up last, test fit, I didn't put the crash bar on. We want one of those on for obvious reasons. We've got it ready, we've got all the bolts ready. I have got a load of shiny parts behind me. I also want to clean and polish the headlights. We need to put it back together. I am going to, first of all, put the crash bar on. I am half unsure whether it's going to fit with the T51 front bumper, because it was a T5. If you haven't seen the earlier videos, it is an early pre-facelift, and I have just noticed I need a longer extension bar. God, this is heavy. Hopefully this is the front and not the rear, because it isn't fitting at the moment. Have I got it upside down? Let's have a look. It was a long time ago that I took this off, so I can't remember how it goes. Does it go up behind there? Must do. Yeah, let's put it back together, he says. Should be easy. Oh, okay. Goes on the outside of that. Does it? Yes. Now how do I get it all the way up there? Let me wiggle this about and we'll catch up. Well, that was definitely a two-man job that had to be done with one person. I had to undo the bolts of the front panel, pull that forward, shimmy that up. It was a wiggle. Crash bar is on, and I did quickly try the front bumper. I believe it fits. I don't know if it needs to be slimmer. We're going to find out when we reassemble fully. Next I want to get the wings on. Let me show you with the wings. I did paint the insides as well. If ever you've had wings go rusty around the outside, it's because they're not coated well on the inside. So these are as shiny on the inside as they are on the outside. Yeah, very nice. I haven't polished any of this yet. It is straight out the gun. It does need a bit of a polish in a few areas. There isn't much dirt, so I won't need to be tickling too much out. I'm really happy with how clean it was, and that is because we spent a good while cleaning it. If you saw the last video of painting it, you'll know it got cleaned about 4 or 5 times. Happy with how the lines come out, because obviously I painted it individually, and then two-tone I had to tape off the grey. It would have been good to paint with the panels on the side, but I needed to do door shuts, insides, outside, so we just had to wing it. But luckily it's come out fine. I offered all the panels up, and the paint line is actually pretty sweet. We're happy with that. It is a busy day down the estate. Someone just turned up asking if I do body work while I'm holding freshly painted panels. I said, no, don't do customer work, sorry mate. You can see a camera there. I was half chatting, and then he just carried on chatting, talking, as if I'm not doing anything. Come on mate. I haven't got a mic hanging off me and 2 cameras on the go for nothing. Now with the wings, let me relocate you. With the wings, bit of sun glare going on, I do apologise, I can't move the sun. Before we open the door, you do have to push the wing in, because if you opened it or closed it, you would chip the paint off the edge and then I would be booing. I've got some posh indicators. Someone in the live video mentioned that, is it Transporter HQ? They do some flashy, what are they called? Sequential LED indicators for like 18 quid. So we got some of them. I'm just going to nip the bolts up for now. I'm not going to go too mad hanging off everything. And before I slam the door, we're just going to check this wing edge here. Yeah, very nice. It is an original wing. Plenty of noise going on behind me. It is an original wing, so it fits straight on where it come from. Need a couple more bolts. Oh, they're a bit of a distance. I did paint all the bolts silver. On my caddy, they're still blue. I haven't got back round to that. But with the T5, a bit more planning, and I painted the bolts silver. Oh, I nearly dropped that one. Reflexes of a cat, meow. I'm going to try and line, where this is original, I'm going to line the screws back up with the marks. That way, it's perfect. I do like a bit of a trim, but would they look good silver? I think I'll leave them black. Will the door open? Can I get the trim in? Hopefully. Oh yeah, that was satisfying. How does that rubber go? Inside, outside? Yeah. Keeping an eye on the door. Sweet, yeah, happy with that. Let's get a couple of extra bolts. And again, let me get out of the sun. We did paint the inside. This is a new wing, Tong Yang. Some people commented on some other videos that they don't like Tong Yang, but I'll tell you what, Tong Yang's been alright for me. Can we see how shiny that is on the inside? That is to stop it rusting out. Taking my time. When fitting a motor up, take your time. Because if you chip it, then you've got to start touching bits in. And we don't want to do that. Tong Yang, just fitted straight in there. I mentioned in one of the painting videos, it's always good practice to try your wing before you paint it, because sometimes you need to elongate bolt holes and stuff. But this one's fit straight on, I believe. Yeah, the gap's good. Might just give it a little push. Oh yeah, that's better. When I fitted it the first time, let's say the gap was 3-4 mil, I wanted a tiny bit tighter, but that is absolutely perfect. Let's get another one of you in. There is one more bolt that goes in under the bonnet. It's a bit of a shimmy R, shimmy A. I'll do that one off camera. How are we looking at the back? A little push. Yeah, really happy with how that Tong Yang wing fits. That's straight on. And again, the same again, before I open the door, got to push the wing in. The second pair of hands is always good, but I've only got one pair of hands, and that be mine, so that will do. I'm going to take the long way round, rather than shimmy through there and scratch it. I did also finish all the paintwork last night. It's a week, well, it's probably a week, 10 days since I painted it. And you saw the video? Well, it was only last night that I actually painted the last of the bits. I painted the rear bumper. Someone here? Nope. Obviously, because they can see the camera going, we got a big eyeball. We didn't get a wheel spin off though, that's good. Now let's check before we close it. Sweet. Yeah, happy with that. Tongyang wing fits. I think it was about 67 quid. This side was rusty because it weren't painted on the inside. Really happy with that. That fits really well. Ah, another trim piece. Let's do a bit of satisfying. Don't need to watch the wing anymore. And if you didn't see the live video, because we fitted all the doors back on, because I didn't play with any of the hinges, with the T5 or most VW doors, there's just two 30mm bolts and the door lifts off. No need to play with any hinges or anything like that. So when it comes to refitting, fadonk, straight back on. I weren't taking them off again, like I have done with the wings, but happy with that. The gap is a tiny bit bigger at the bottom. It does need a bit of tweaking. We'll have a look at that when we get it outside and I'll explain more. We need one more bolt in the wing, but it's a bit of a shimmy-ah, shimmy-a. Let's get the headlights in, because the wings have been sat about in the workshop. They're dusty, and a subscriber actually gave them to me. A subscriber gave me the grill as well. Jack, I remember your name. I can't remember the name of the guy who gave me the headlights. Sorry, bud, if you're still watching. But thank you very much. Anyway, they were sat around in two different workshops, getting dirty. So, before we reassemble, I just want to give it a wipe. If you've seen previous videos, you guys should know that if I've had something off and put it back on, I like it to look better. Whether that be cleaning it, painting it, wire wheeling it, anything. It's just aesthetically pleasing. And we are going for an MOT soon. Maybe not in this video, but deadline day is getting closer. For those that don't know, I take the missus and the kids to see the Christmas lights in London, and we're going in the T5. We normally go on the 18th, the 19th, when the kids break up from school, December. We're on the end of November now, so we're getting closer. There you go, looks a lot prettier. So one of the headlights has got a scratch in it on that side. Can't complain, they were free. Where's the camera? I thought the camera was over there then. Can't complain, they were free. But what I'm going to do to cover that, people tint their lights. I don't want a heavy tint because I want to see where I'm going at night time. So a little bit of black mixed in with lacquer, at the tiniest bit. I'm not going for black headlights, just a tiny bit, and that will cover that scratch and any chips. Because obviously over the years, chips and scratches make a headlight look a bit pony, shall we say. A couple of people have mentioned in recent videos, why didn't I convert while I was there, I might as well have converted to the T6 front end, or T6-1. Well, I've always liked the T5-1, so I wanted to do it, but I must admit there is some nice bumpers and stuff you can get for the T6 and T6-1, so maybe in a couple of months I might upgrade the front end to T6, T6-1. Not sure yet. I still need to get some inspiration and see what other people have been doing before we go to that effort. There we go. And if you've got a T5 and you're thinking of doing a front end upgrade and a bit concerned, don't be. They are really easy to do. VW on a lot of their models, the Caddies, the T5s, they didn't do anything to the body or the chassis. They just made new panels, the wings, the bonnet, to fit straight on the older shape. So it's not too hard at all. Bit more of a clean. Yeah, very nice. Oh, I've got one bolt here for this front panel. Front panel, crash bar, same meat, different gravy. Yeah, all headlights are in. They fit nice with the wings. I need to fit the bumper back on. When fitting bumpers back on, if they're freshly painted, always get someone to help. Because as you put the bumper on, back bumper, front bumper, the edges of the bumper normally touch the panel. This is fresh, don't want to scratch it. I've done that on an Audi A4 of my own years ago, freshly painted it. I like to do things on my own. Couldn't do it, scratch the edge of the wing, booing. Let me get a helping hand. So I have Mr. Fox from Bumper to Bumper. Hello.
Hello.
Pair of hands. There's 2 bolts, well,
Slide them in the air.
something like that.
Slip them in.
I just fitted the crash bar for the first time, and I believe it fits, but I don't know. Or is it the crash bar? Yeah? Check the wings, don't scratch my wings. In?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna cable tie it for now. One for you, I'll show you. See the little brads?
I see.
Don't know if there's meant to be a bracket.
Professional fit.
Well, cable tie, isn't it?
Cable ties are great.
Yeah.
Can get on with them. Cable ties and gaffer tape there.
That's it.
Brand new, look. Look at that.
Yeah, I was concerned about the crash bar because obviously it's from the earlier model.
Yeah.
But I think it is in there.
Yeah, mate. That's where it sits, isn't it? Just
I think so.
In that gap there.
Yeah.
It's not pushing on it anyway, is it?
It's not.
Right.
I think that's it.
About it. 2 bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Alright.
Thank you, Mr. Fox, for the helping hand. I am now looking for 10mm nuts, because obviously I took the T5 apart long time ago. Great English. And I don't know where they are. I do have a pile of VW bolts. VW do make good hardware. So if I take something apart and it don't go back together, for instance, for one reason or another, I keep all the bolts, nuts, They're made of good stuff. Normally 10s, 16s and 18s as well. So ideally I need to jack it up, get an extension bar in there, but there's one nut. Down there with the belt sander, I did get these infill panels, as you see. That's the first time these have been seen on the channel. You can get pretty LED ones, and I do like them, but they're 200 quid a set. I can't afford them just yet, so I paid 30 quid for a pair of these. But these are non-genuine. They were 30 quid for a pair. You're gonna have to bear with me. Someone's coming to ruin the shot heavily. Ah, have I found the bumper bolts? I have. I want some later wing mirrors getting sidetracked there. I found the bumper actual ones. So we'll reuse those bad boys. I need some T6 wing mirrors, later ones. But again, they can wait till just after Crimbo. I'm one of them channels that just don't have loads of money to throw at it, like, yeah, let's just order this, £2,000, let's just order this, 500 quid. I ain't got that sort of money. So I have to do a bit, work, then buy some stuff. Are they the right bolts? Nuts? They've got nylon on them, which is good for safety, but a pain for doing up. Let's just leave those there. They're in there, bumper's not going anywhere. I got sidetracked. It happens a lot. These plastic trims, they're not genuine. These are from Bison panels. They were 20 or 30 quid for the pair. Oh my God, they are pony. They're like, they barely fit the shape and they're really flat. They're flat here, they've got like a dip in them. Ideally, they need to be slightly bulged. Oh man, they are awful. And because they're out of shape, the paint doesn't look good on them. They are not DTE approved, but they'll do for now. They will do for now. I do need to see what goes in here. Does, where I've cable tied this up, is that a bracket that goes in there? They actually hold the bumper absolutely mint. If you've got a T5 and you can remember what goes in here, drop a comment down below and let me know. But for now, those cable ties ain't going nowhere. I saw, can I get a couple more on it? Yep. I saw on some Planet documentary, I watch stuff like that. Cable ties last 1,000 years. 1,000 years, they can't last that long. So, like, people say a cable tie is a bodge. Well, a bodge that's going to last 1,000 years. Bumper, wings, headlights are done. Where's the grille? As mentioned, a subscriber did give me the grille. Thank you again to Jack. Oh, he's got a nice caddy. He's got a Mark IV caddy. It's nice. Thank you, Jack, for the grille. And it just clips in. It's like adult Lego. Oh, Adego. That didn't work. But, is it going to squeeze? The gap between the headlights, oh yeah, oh, is precisely sized. And there's also someone down there repairing a skip. So if you hear banging, welding, grinding, he's repairing a skip. Right on cue when I want to make a video. Here's what it is. Oh, done one side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo that, undo this. That will flare the headlights open a little. At least it's a nice tight gap. On some motors you put stuff together and you've got gaps. This is like millimetre precision. There he goes, old skip banger. Can't do anything about that. I don't own the whole estate. Now, I haven't got, again, I took this apart a long time. I haven't got screwage. Can't see if they're threaded or not. So they are not threaded. They are just a flat bolt. I painted that gloss black, that grille, but the paint's pulled up a little bit and it's not very shiny. So I need to do it again. Hello, I have... Coy, he's banging that skip now. I found the screws, bolts, they're plastic. They're the plastic type screws, you know, the ones that are never nice to undo. Yeah, I need to re-lacquer the grille. I need to scotch it down and put a fresh bit of paint on it. Did I do the headlight screws back up? I did. Let's just check. If you can't remember doing something up, check it. You probably didn't. We all do it. Just because I make a YouTube channel, still leave bolts loose. He is going for it. Everything's buttoned up. I do also have these trims to cover the manky looking slam panel. It is a bit corroded, but it's not worrying corroded that it's going to fall apart like an old Escort. It's just surface rust. I might satin black it one day, might not, it's got covers on it, I won't lie. I also have the sound deadening to go under the bonnet, but there's funny squashy clips. Oh yes, I found them. I only said to someone earlier, I need to stumble across them. When you've got a workshop like this, not the biggest of workshops, but when you've got a workshop like this, it's full of stuff. I've been in there over 10 years, a decade. And you'll take something off, you'll put it down, and you might not find it again for 6 months. And I literally said to someone earlier, yeah, I've got that, but I don't know where the screws are. Screws, trim clips. I look to my left and there they are. Oh, it needs a clean, but I can just blow it off while it's on there. And this is the sound deadening off the old bonnet. So yes, VW made a new bonnet, but they didn't even design a new one of these. I'm not moaning, I'm just saying. They make a whole front end and back end facelift and just make it happen. Brilliant, if you ask me. Another distraction coming. Yes, 1 Series BMW. Oof. We don't like BMWs. Definitely not 1 Series. They're made of cheese. Sorry to any BMW fans, I just heard something fall off that BMW. Yes, that is looking pucker. I'm happy with that. Make no eye contact with the part eye contact with the car passing by. She then starts talking to you. I've learnt that one. Happy days. It needs a clean, but the front end is final fixed. I do still need to nip the 10mm bolts up. I haven't forgot. But that's on. Under tray, is that going to fit? So the wheel arch liner, oh my god, the bolts are actually there in line. So the T5 wheel arch liners fit the T5.1 front bumper. Gotta love a VW. They are offending my eyes. Instead of them being rounded, they're flat. They are terrible. $29.99, I don't know, 29, 20. Don't buy them, pay 60 quid for some genuine ones. Excuse me. So, front end's done. Oh, let's look at these side repeaters, the indicators. Let me re-evaluate the camera. So someone in the time-lapse did mention, oh there he is, old skip banger. So that light glare, we might not have seen them. So I've just lowered the roller door a little bit, so we can see what's going on. Now, you could probably put these in the wrong way. I reckon, personally, I want, because they're sequential, the LED runs, I think I want them running backwards. That's my thought. So I'm going to plug it in whenever I find the wire, torch and a hook pick on the freshly painted wing. Now, I believe you pull the bulb out and then plug this in, but with LEDs, the power wire and the live wire have to go the correct way round. With a normal bulb, 501 this is, you could put it in both ways and it will still work. With an LED it won't. So let me flick the hazards on. Oh, it's well far away for my long legs to reach. I've actually got sequential LEDs on the caddy. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's really good, right? Looking at the shape of the wing, it's symmetrical both sides, so this can go in either way. This side's got the clip, so I'm going to put the back edge in first. Hang on. There you go. Transporter headquarters. And none of the companies like that want to get on board and send anything out. Maybe I haven't got enough subscribers. Oh well, don't care. That pushed in really nicely. The rubber actually pushed up to it to keep the water out. I'm scared. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Can we see it on camera? Hopefully. Yes, we can. I am really happy with that. I won't film putting the other side in. You've seen one. You don't need to see the same thing twice, right? But what I'm going to do now is pull the van out, remembering to open the roller door so we don't crash into it. And we are going to look at the side sliding door, because you guys who saw the live, you haven't seen that, but it's on. And I've already cut a big hole in it. Let's find out. Or let's have a butcher's anyway. Does run well, this, with a PD130. On a lot of my engine conversion videos, I get people asking, how'd you do this, how'd you do that? Jesus. Well, they obviously haven't watched the video, because what they were asking is in the video. A little bit annoying, but it's fine. I still reply with gritted teeth. Sliding door, are we in shot? We're in shot. That'll do nicely. So I've repositioned the van and the camera to try and get a better shot. And last shot I said, let's look at the sliding door. Well, it's not very interesting, it's just a sliding door. I did spend 5 minutes upside down on my back, inside out, clipping the rubber in, wishing I'd done it when the door was off, but we got that done. We used new clips. You might tell I have already cut the window hole out. We will talk about that soon, because I wanted to learn how to do it nicely before I told you guys how to do it. We have got another hole. I've got another pair of helping hands. So Foxy's busy painting, or he's pretending to be busy, so I've got my number one, Jimbo. If there's a man that understands care and dexterity and being patient and doing things slowly, it's Jimbo. Jimbo, hello sir, thank you for helping me. So, side rail cover, I've got new clips because this was a wiggle to get off. I am going to show you some clips after this, old versus new clips. No, I'm not. I'm going to show you, because VW clips, you have to reset them. You have to, oh, what? Is that going to fit? You have to reset the clip before you can reuse it. And some of them were a bit tired, so I just got new ones, but I will show you with the old clips what they look like before and after. Are they lining up, Jimbo? What do you reckon?
I think your rear light's in the way.
Oh no. Oh, need to take the rear light out. Had to take the rear light out. No panic. So I can see inside, because the clips can obviously slide in and out the groove, more or less. Is that one in? And if this was to get dented, it would not be too good. So, oh, they need a bit of pushing. Oh, with clips and trims, you'd normally just hit it, but I am scared. Is that all the way in? Oh. I think the top ones might be in. This is a bit scary. I don't know. She's hanging out. Is it one? Why won't you go in? But now the clip needs resetting. Oh, that needs to come off again. Well, that's a pain. I am going to work this out and I'll explain after. So I did do it. I managed to do it. And I'll tell you how I managed to do it. I ended up doing it on my own. Jimbo had to go back. Managed to do it on my own. Let's see. Yes, we're happy. Or as happy as we can be. That was scary, but it's on. Let me show you what I done, because hopefully if some of you guys have got to take this off, if you don't have to take this off, don't take it off. Let me show you what's going on with the clips and how I done it. Oh, just quickly, sliding door, because I cleaned and painted everywhere smooth in the bottom runner, all new runners, check out how easy this door is to close. Little finger, that runs really nice. Yeah, happy with that. Let me show you the clips. These are the clips, and that is actually a new one. So that is how the clips look hopefully we can see, well, there's a little piece, it's called a top hat maybe, it's right in the middle there. That clip is closed and needs resetting. This one, can we see the hat? I've popped it up with a trim tool. This outer piece in the middle, hopefully we can see. That clip is open and ready to be used. I'll show you the closed one again. Top hat is further down. This is a new clip, and hopefully you can see one of the edges is slightly punted, because I tried to push it in, and what was happening, the hole size is tight, and that outer sleeve that you pop out wasn't fitting in the holes. That's a reset one ready to go. So I greased up the nipple on the end and this middle piece that moves. Let me see if I can do it by hand on shot. There we go, it moved a little bit. I greased all that end up with grease, pushed it in, and then once the middle piece is snapped into the hole, then you can lock it with a sharp. That was stressful, all done. We have got the back bumper. I actually painted it last night. It was textured, but you know we love painting textured bumpers. It took a while, you have to rub it flat, then 2K prime it, then rub it down again, then paint it. That is an original reflector off the bumper. When I bought the bumper, 40 squids for a T6 rear bumper, happy with that. But this side had a crack in it, so I had to repair that. And obviously the reflector was dead or broken, and even a broken reflector gets you an advisory on an MOT, and we don't like that. 15 quid genuine, this reflector, cheap. Genuine VW, happy with that. Old skip banger's back. Let's reevaluate the camera and put it on. God, that takes your mind off it. I have already fitted the bumper bracket, plastic thing. I probably should have a hand. I did mention earlier in the video not to do it on your own, but I've had a helping hand from everyone today. Oh, I haven't fitted the bumper corner brackets. Oh. Let me do that. And just like Blue Peter, here's one I done earlier. Snap your fingers and it's done. Remember, get a helping hand with bumpers. Don't be DTE and make a mistake. I need to pull the rubber off. Oh yeah, that is looking sweet. There is actually no screws hanging out of this bumper. It's another reason why I'm doing it alone. Let's have a look under the rubber. What's stopping they? Oh yeah. Oof, that ends in. Something. You'd think that skip was straight by now, wouldn't you? It's actually a mate of mine, Humsey Wallace. You might know him from some of the videos. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. This bumper was actually cracked right through there. Put a bit of fixing. She is DTA approved. Let's get the rubber back in. I only push the rubber on a little bit on something like this, and then slam the boot, and that lines the rubber up. Tacks. If you bang it on too far, you might get a cheeky little gap. Happy with that. What's next? Lower pieces. These are also colour coded, and again, like the front bumper trims that I am extremely not happy with, these are from the same company, but these are marginally better. Well, it took me a minute, and again, it's a case of those panels not being genuine, so they didn't line up too well. And one thing I've just spotted, the bumper stops, they come out here, so I need to take these off again. I'm not going to film that because this is 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Let me get those on. Well, that was one of those jobs that kept on giving. I took these poor fitting panels off, which the back ones ain't too bad actually, better than the front, to fit these little boot snuggers. First of all, put them on the wrong way round, so I had to then take them off again, flip them round, and then they needed adjusting. It's the first time they've been on from the T5 to the T6 tailgate, so they needed adjusting. Then they needed adjusting again and again, and enough of that joke. They're done, basically. With these back panels, these little trims, one trim lines straight up on the outside, but the insides one don't. Insides ones don't. Sounds funny, I believe it's right. There's no hole. It's not going anywhere. I'd rather not drill a fresh hole. Is it a case of these are poor quality? Or is it because these are T6 on a T5? It's one trim clip. It's solid. It's fine without it. It's not getting one. We've already rewired the rear lights, and we had fun doing that. Had to work it out rather than copy a guide. It's actually a Phillips screw in the rear light, I think, which is brilliant thinking from VW. VWs always have Torx for this sort of thing, but I believe they've put a Phillips in. I might be wrong. They might have been a Torx in the factory, but if they're not and they are Phillips, that's because not everyone has a Torx screwdriver or bit to fit their own bulb. But most people have a Phillips screwdriver, so maybe that's why they've done it. If they did, brilliant VW. Ooh. Sweet. We know all the bulbs work because we are getting ready for an MOT. I do need to put 2 screws in each light, but for some reason I've only got one. They're probably in the pile which is over there, unless I can find another one. That is the back end all on. As I say, the tailgate needs a bit of a slamming the first time because I've left the rubber out. There we go. I think I need to adjust the rubber, but anyway, that is the first time it's... Oh, that looks sweet, don't it? How are we looking on the camera? Yeah. I do need a spoiler and a brake light, but if I haven't got a brake light there, it isn't a failure and it isn't even an advisory. The reason I haven't got one, I ordered one for what said T6, and it turned up and they'd sent me a T5 one. Researched T6 brake light, 60 quid. That'll have to wait for now. I haven't got the money. I haven't got 60 quid. Well, I have got 60 quid. Crimea River, lucky I'm wearing a dark t-shirt. See me heart bleeding, world's smallest violin, all that stuff. That's fine for now. I will get one. But yeah, I do want a back window as well. But that tailgate looks sweet. I have got some new number plates. You know I like a private plate. If you've seen the other motors, I've got one for this. I'm not going to tell you just yet, but I have got one. Yeah, super pumped on that. I'm going to give it a wash, get it outside, recheck all the lights, get some screws in the ends of the rear bumper and some screws underneath, and maybe satin black the towing eye because we can see that. Let's get it out and have a better look. I am happy with that. It's the following day and it is absolutely freezing today. I've done a little bit of polishing last night. Let's have a little look. First of all, if this is the first video you've seen on it, take no notice of the paint finish in the window recesses. We got some windows going in it, so I didn't spend too much time on getting the finish nice. I'm happy with it. I am really happy with it. Bit of a wipe down, and I did give this side a bit of a polish up last night. There was a couple of marks that I was unhappy with. I used, when painting the body, the back end, I used my Satajet 5000 spray gun. I've had it for a few years. It cost me a lot, so I've stuck with it. Yet I've been having troubles with it. One minute it'll come out nice, the next minute it wouldn't. So halfway through painting the body, you might have seen in the video, I changed over to my pal's DeVille Bliss gun, and that comes out misty fine, perfect every time. So the finish on the quarter, the lacquer was a little bit heavy, so I did give the quarter a bit of a tickle and a polish. Let's walk round it. The lighting isn't the best. GoPro, when there's sun in the area, it gets glare. It's not very good. I do need to get another camera, but it's looking pretty sweet. It's very windy today. Hopefully the wind noise is at a minimum. I have got my windsock on. Really happy with the van. I do need to take the rear bumper off. Let me get a bit closer. I do need to take the rear bumper off. Again, lights out, plastics out, bumper off. The gap along the bottom of the bumper is a bit tight at this end, so I need to undo the 16mm bolts, lower the crash bar, bumper back on. But for now, it's looking good. I'm really happy with it. And I did spend a good bit of time cutting that circle out. It's nice and smooth. I can run my fingers along it. My buddy's Transit, it looks like someone used an axe to cut the window out, or a tin opener, because it's awful. Didn't want that with mine, so I spent a bit of time. Next video, we're going to cut that window out and stick some windows in. I can't find the centre cap for this wheel. I will find it. Yeah, looking absolutely sweet. I'm so happy with the van. There is a month's worth of late nights, time and effort, but it's paid off. I believe so anyway. Let's get in a bit closer and have a look at the paint and the finish. So I have given it a polish on the door. I used a different gun on the door, and I'm really happy with the flow of the finish. We've got the hood up out here. It's freezing, guys. On the rear quarter, I did have to give it a tickle off, but if we look down it, it's nice and straight. We can see the reflections, nice and straight. All the swage lines are perfect. Really happy with the extra time and the extra effort that went into it. Oh, we got glare going on. The sun's back. Yeah, really happy with that. I've got some new plates. Check out my plates. I did try to get T5 DTE, but it was not available. So I did get, yeah. Now, if you see me driving down the street, you're like, is it him? Is it not him? Well, it definitely is, because it is DTE. I am quite a stickler for getting a plate straight. It's centre as well. Centre, centre, centre. So have a little stand back. I did want posher plates, you know, the 4D ones. But my guy's got no acrylic. I take it that's for the plate. So I had to hook somewhere else up. They're only standard plates, but they're fresh. Tis DTE, that is pretty sweet. T5 DTE, Tis DTE, can't get it wrong. Happy with that. 160 quid plus transfer fees. That's why I can't afford a brake light or whatever I mentioned, because we spent it on a plate. Priorities. We've obviously got the front too, but I need to have the front splitter off to make it look a bit prettier. Really happy with the van, happy with the plate. All the hard work's finally paid off. Got a few more bits to do. Need to stick the windows in, MOT it. That'll be next video, which will be on the Wednesday, so you haven't got to wait a whole week. And then we're going to do the Touran interior, or the Touran seats, front and rear. But I'll show you more on that when I pick them up. Got to see my mate Billy, who breaks Tourans, to get the rear seats. Hopefully he's going to take them to the caddy meet, which will save me a long journey. But anyway, we're done with the van for today. If you've enjoyed the video, found it useful, click the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.